Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है, तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स पे कमेंट करके बता सकते हो, so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes and then we should be good to go with today's mid-market session. Aditya ji, hello. Chandrasekhar ji, good afternoon. Vinay ji, good afternoon. Sudhakar ji, good afternoon. RD ji, namaskaram to you as well. Manoran ji, good afternoon. Tarun ji, yes. Sridhar ji, hi, good afternoon. Chaudhary ji, Singh ji, Shashi Kumar ji, hi, good afternoon. Superb. Vikram ji, good afternoon to you as well. We just wait for 20-25 seconds and फिर शुरू करते हैं आज का मिड मार्केट सेशन. Okay, so finally 25,000 cross. Yes, Ganesh ji. So good that Nifty is just at 25,000 currently as we speak. So let us start off with the mid market session today, guys. Moti ji, good afternoon. So talking about an update on the global markets first. So if we look at Dow Jones, so Dow Jones कल 0.51% ऊपर close हुआ. S&P 500 also had a flat close. It closed around 0.01% higher. Whereas Nasdaq, it saw some profit bookings. So Nasdaq is down around 0.28% lower. So as you all are aware, there's a shutdown in the US. So the shutdown has now 3 days running at the current point. So we'll have to wait and see. So what happens in a shutdown is that the job data release and all might slightly be delayed. So we might not get that till the time shutdown is being enforced. But nevertheless, so Dow and S&P closed in green, whereas Nasdaq saw some profit booking. If you look at Dow futures, so Dow futures up 0.2%. So we can expect a flat to positive start to the US markets today. If you look at the European markets, if you look at Germany, Germany was down 0.81%. London is up 0.67%. So London is the only European market that has closed in the green. France is down 0.72%, whereas the Euro Stocks Index is down 0.16%. So in the Europe markets, only the London markets, has closed in green. That is up around 0.67%. If you look at the Asian market, so Nikkei is the best performing Asian market, which is up around 4.75%. So Japan, as you all are aware, so there's a new leader that is elected in Japan. And there have also been rumors that the new leader, who is probably said to become the next prime minister, has slashed the income tax rates to a flat rate of 10% as compared to 5 to 40% rates. That is just the rumors that is floating around. And the new leader has also asked the Bank of Japan to maintain its accommodative stance and probably go for a 25 basis point rate cut. So these are the rumors that are floating around, but nothing constructive has come out yet. Is my voice fine now? Am I audible? I don't know. I think there is some issue with my net now. Let me see. Let me know if... Okay, just a second. Voice is not clear. There might be some net issues that I might be facing. Is it fine now? If you all can let me know in the chat box. अगर आप clear है तो आप मुझे एक बार chat box में बता सकते हो. Still not clear? I don't know what is the issue. Maybe my net is working fine. This thing is working fine as well. I think that crack might be because of some issues that I'm facing it here. I don't know how do I correct it. Let me see. We are managing. Not clear, still not clear. अभी भी नहीं आ रहा है. Slightly cracking. Okay, that might be because there is some issues with the net. I don't think I can actually do anything because my audio is fine. Maybe because I'm facing some poor connectivity today. That is the reason why my voice is cracking a bit here. But nevertheless, थोड़ा सा manage कर लेना आज के दिन. And अगर एकदम से नहीं सुनाई दे रहा तो आप मुझे एक बार बता देना. I don't know what can I do at the current point here. Okay. So Hang Seng, again, Nikkei is the best performing Asian index that is up around 4.75%. Hang Seng is down 0.70%. The Chinese markets is closed today. So Shanghai closed around 0.52% higher on Friday. Kospi is again closed. So South Korean markets closed with a gain of 2.70% on Friday. If you look at our markets, Nifty is up around 0.4%, just at about the 25,000 mark. And even Sensex is higher, it's up around 0.48% here. So good sign for our markets. So right now we are in green for the third consecutive day now. And I hope the current bullish momentum sustains. So we'll talk about these sectors, which sectors are leading, which sectors are lagging as we move on with the session. If we look at the macro indicators, अगर हम dollar index की बात करें, so dollar index was consolidating in a range here. It has given a slight breakout. It is at 98.18, but as long as it stays below the 98 to 99 mark, the dollar is likely to underperform against the basket of 6 major currencies. Whereas on the downside, 96 is where the support is. If it moves down, it's even a good sign for us. But if it moves above 98, 99, chances are that we can expect some pressure coming in our markets. If you look at the US government bonds 10-year yields, so the 10-year yields have jumped slightly. It's at 4.15%. But nevertheless, the overall trend is down. So as long as it stays below the 4.2, 4.25% mark, the trend is likely to be negative for the yields. So on the downside, 4% is where the support is, whereas on the upside, 4.2% is where the immediate resistance is placed. अगर हम इंडिया विक्स की बात करें तो इंडिया विक्स is trading near its prior support of 9.5. Right now it's at 10.37, but it came close to its prior support of 9.5 to 9.6 level. So again, if you see VIX भी एक 50-day ये में से resistance लेके नीचे की तरफ बढ़ते हुए नजर in the market. So VIX, again, if you look at the volatility, we are still trading at the lowest end of our historical volatility. The premiums are still cheap in the markets. If you look at dollar by rupee, so again, dollar is absolutely flat since almost 24th of September now. So roughly around 2 weeks. So we see that dollar is consolidating in that 88.9 to 88.5 zone. So if we get any break above 89, this is the major worry for our markets currently, considering the fact that dollar is at the elevated levels. So any move above 89 is can lead to more outflows by the FIs. FIs already have been holding more shorts now. But any move above 89 is likely to keep FIs further away from our markets. On the downside, 88.5 is where the support is, but dollar needs to come down till it moves. Unless and until we don't see a downward trajectory in dollar by rupee, we can't expect the FIs to come back to our markets. If you look at crude oil, so crude oil again it took support from $64 a barrel, and there is a mild uptick. So it's at $65.50 a barrel at the current point. So no worries as no worries as far as the Brent crude it's concerned here. So as long as it stays below 64, it's a good sign for our market. So on the upside, $69 to $70 a barrel is where the resistance for crude oil is placed. If you look at gold, so gold has again hit a new high. So gold is at $3,934 an ounce. So gold has been in a steady uptrend, and it keeps going in a higher low formation, well above all its key moving averages. And chances are that gold is likely to continue its outperformance going forward as well. If you look at silver, so again, silver has also given a fresh breakout. It is inching towards the $50 an ounce mark. Right now, it's at $48.6 an ounce. Again, we are seeing a fresh high in silver as well. So both the metals, gold and silver, even Bitcoin yesterday did a high of 1,25,000. That is where Bitcoin is. So Bitcoin, gold, silver, all these metals are doing well. And I think looks like both gold and silver are likely to continue its outperformance. Now coming back to the global comparison side, so if we look at last 1 year returns, that is from last October until today, if we look at KOSPI has been the best performing Asian index, that is up around 37%. Hang Seng is up around 28%. Again, Nasdaq is up 22%, Nikkei is up 21%, Shanghai is up 20%. So all the other Asian markets and US markets have done well in the last 1 year. Even S&P 500, which is up 15%. Even the European markets have done well. That is up around 13%. Dow Jones nearly about 10% mark there. The only index that has outperformed its global peers is Nifty. So Nifty, if you look at last October 6th to until today, Nifty has just given a return of 0.18%. So we can clearly see that where all the other markets have outperformed, our markets have relatively stayed flat since the last 1 year. So not a very great or a good year, I would say, for Indian markets. If we look at the FII positioning, if we look at the FII activity, so Friday को फिर से FIIs were net sellers in the cash market. They sold around 1,583 crores. So again, if we see 1,917 crores, so FIIs relentlessly have been selling in the cash market. So no signs of FIIs coming back to our markets. Even if we see the net index futures contracts from minus 1,76,000, it has gone to minus 1,89,000. The long short ratio from 6.8 has dropped slightly below to 6.73. This indicates that we still FIIs are holding around 7% long positions and 93% short positions in index futures. So maybe FIIs think that there might be more downside. That is the reason why they have not been covering shorts since almost 3-4 months now. So there's a heavy buildup of short positions by the FIIs in index futures. Next key important events would be, see, October we have the results season starting out. Plus the Bihar election dates is going to be announced today. So I think Bihar election will be keenly tracked. So any surprises there can lead to some short-term volatility in the markets as well, considering the fact that one of the main NDA government partners is a ruling party in Bihar as well. So any surprises there can lead to some volatility. So that is also one of the cues that the markets can track going forward. Plus the results seasons, I think that is what is going to drive the sentiment in this month. Plus we have the festive season. We have Diwali on the 21st and 22nd. So we can expect some consumption to see some traction going forward. As of now, it is still underperforming, but hopefully the Q3 can be very good for the consumption names going forward. If we look at Nifty, अगर हम Nifty का daily chart की बात करें, so Nifty went below its 100-day EMA. So around 24,600 is where it formed a strong base. And then we saw on the 1st of October. So October has been relatively good for Nifty. So all the 3 days that we see in October, Nifty has given a positive close. So on first, it gave a close of around 0.9%. Then we had another higher close of around 0.2%. And today it has broken its 20 and 50-day EMA as well. So this level, acted as a resistance on the 3rd of October. And today Nifty is well above the 20 and 50-day EMAs. With today's closing, hopefully it should give a positive close. Right now it's up around 0.5% higher. So if we get a close about 20 and 50, so we can say that the short-term sentiment has turned positive. Even the RSI is in a rising mode here. If you look at the DI lines, the DI plus is crossing over DI minus. So that is also indicating that the buyers are trying to take some control in Nifty. And if you look at MACD, so the MACD line is still below the signal line, but we can see shrinking red bars here, which indicates that the selling momentum is kind of easing out in Nifty here. So all in all, the sentiment if you look at the daily chart today, the sentiment is on the positive side. If I look at the 5 minutes chart for Nifty, so this is the 5 minutes chart here. So अगर आप निफ्टी देखेंगे, it started off on a positive note. We saw some profit booking, but वही से एक strong steady up move देखने को मिला. And right now, if we see from almost 11:15 until now, Nifty has been consolidating in a range around 24,980 on the downside and 25,020 on the upside. This is the range where the 40 points range is where Nifty is trading since 11:15. So I feel any breakout above this range, if we move towards 25,030, 25,030, इसके ऊपर एक strong breakout आता है, then I feel Nifty can move towards the 25,100 mark. Then we can expect Nifty to move up even higher. And if we see the 20 period moving average on the 5 minutes chart, Nifty has been holding on to it. So it took the first support here somewhere at 9:30 in the morning, and it held on to the same 20 period EMA at 11:55, and there is some buying that we are seeing from the same levels here. So the intraday trend for Nifty is positive. Any break about 25,030, it looks like it is breaking out now. So we'll have to see whether this breakout sustains. So any move about 25,020, 25,030 can lead to Nifty moving towards 25,100. And on the downside, I think the immediate support will be at 24,980. So this is the intraday support for Nifty, 24,980. If it breaks that, I think we can move towards 24,950 here. So this is purely on an intraday basis. These are the levels that I'm talking about. But ideally, don't be on the short side in this market. The trend is likely to be sideways to positive. So like I said, any move above 25,020, 25,030 is likely to be positive for Nifty. If we look at Sensex, so if we look at the daily chart for Sensex here, so Sensex again it held on to its 200-day EMA. हमने देखा था कि ये काफी important है Sensex के लिए अपना 200-day EMA को होल्ड करना. बिकॉज अगर हम पिछली 2 बार देखें तो अराउंड 8 अगस्त को सेंसेक्स ने 200-day EMA होल्ड किया था. फिर अराउंड 1 सितंबर को भी 200-day EMA होल्ड किया था सेंसेक्स ने. थोड़ा सा प्रेशर दिख रहा था, थोड़ा सा बेस बनते हुए नजर आया था सेंसेक्स में. एंड अगेन सेंसेक्स ने एक स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लोजिंग दिया था 1 अक्टूबर को. और इवन सेंसेक्स इज नाउ ट्रेडिंग अबव ऑल इट्स की मूविंग एवरेजेस. तो अगर हम देखेंगे काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग कैंडल्स बनते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं पिछले 3 दिन से. तो एक शॉर्ट टर्म एक रिकवरी और शॉर्ट टर्म सेंटिमेंट थोड़ा सा पॉजिटिव टर्न हो गया है सेंसेक्स में. If we look at the 5 minutes chart for Sensex, so a similar story is playing out in Sensex as well. So अगर हम देखेंगे 11-15 से आसपास, Sensex also has been consolidating in a range, so around 81,500 on the downside and almost 81,640, 81,650 on the upside. इसी range में Sensex तकरीबन 1.5 घंटे से घूम रहा है यहाँ पे. So any breakout above 81,630, 81,650, जैसे हमने निफ्टी में डिस्कस किया था, वैसे ही सेंसेक्स में अगर कुछ 81,630, 81,650 के ऊपर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट मिलता है, तो चांसेस आर दैट इवन सेंसेक्स इज लाइकली टू कंटिन्यू इट्स अप मूव. द इमीडिएट सपोर्ट फॉर सेंसेक्स इज एट 81,500. अगर 81,500 टूटता है, देन आई थिंक Sensex can come towards 81,350 level. So that is where the support is placed for Sensex. But immediate support is at 81,500. Any move above 81,630, 81,650 can lead to Sensex moving towards 81,800 on the upside. So even the trend is positive for Sensex as well. If you look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty has been significantly outperforming Nifty and Sensex. अगर हम बैंक निफ्टी की बात करें तो बैंक निफ्टी एक लोअर हाई फॉर्मेशन से मूव हो रहा था काफी टाइम से. दिस टाइम आल्सो व्हेन वी सॉ रैली, अगर आप देखोगे 18 सितंबर को ये प्रीवियस हाई ब्रेक नहीं कर पाया था और वहीं से एक डाउन ट्रेंड हमें देखने को मिला था. बट ये जो पिछले 3 दिन से जो एक शार्प अप मूव हमें बैंकिंग स्टॉक्स में देखने को मिल रहा है, दैट हैज आल्सो इट हैज नेगेटेड दैट लोअर हाई स्ट्रक्चर ऑन द डेली चार्ट. ये जो 18 सितंबर का स्विंग हाई है 55,835, उसके ऊपर भी चला गया है. And almost it's broken this swing high as well. जो 20th अगस्त को जो एक ये जो 55,900, 56,000 के आसपास जो एक रेजिस्टेंस था, अब वो रेजिस्टेंस तोड़ के भी अब बैंक निफ्टी ऊपर मूव होने का कोशिश कर रहा है. So all in all, it has negated that lower high formation, which is a strong positive for the banking stock here, the banking index. So if I look at the 5 minutes chart, सो अगर हम देखेंगे जहाँ पे निफ्टी और सेंसेक्स पिछले 1.5 घंटे में कंसोलिडेट कर रहे हैं एक रेंज में, उसी तरफ बैंक निफ्टी में एक स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टेडी अपमूव देखने को मिल रहा है. अगर हम बैंक निफ्टी की बात करें तो बैंक निफ्टी इज एट द डेज हाई. चांसेस आर दैट बैंक निफ्टी ये ट्रेंड कंटिन्यू करे इंट्राडे बेसिस पर. ऑन द डाउन साइड ये जो 55,950 का जो जोन है, 55,950, 55,960, अगर आप देखोगे 20 पीरियड ईएमए से सपोर्ट लेके फिर से एक अपमूव दिखाया था बैंक निफ्टी ने. बट आई फील 55,950 एक स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट होगा बैंक निफ्टी के लिए. अगर प्रॉफिट बुकिंग होता भी है तो हो सकता है शायद हम यहाँ तक गिरे. बट any sustained move above the current levels can lead to Bank Nifty moving above 56,200, 56,300 levels in the short term. So the overall trend is also positive for Bank Nifty. If we look at the heat map, I think अगर आप देखोगे markets में थोड़ा सा जान आ गया. That is because आपका private banks और financial services, ये जो दो सेक्टर्स है वो स्ट्रांगली आउट परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. काफी टाइम से हमने देखा कि फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज और प्राइवेट बैंक्स अंडर परफॉर्म कर रहे थे. एक तरफ पीएसयू बैंक्स में आउट परफॉर्मेंस दिखाई दे रहा था, बट प्राइवेट बैंक्स वर लैकिंग. बट अगर आप देखोगे एचडीएफसी इज अप अराउंड 1.17%. आईसीआईसीआई बैंक अभी भी शांत है, इट्स अप अराउंड 0.06%. बट बोथ कोटक बैंक एंड एक्सिस बैंक, अगर आप देखोगे कोटक इज अप 2.3%, एक्सिस इज अप 2%. And even if you look at financial services, Bajaj Finance is up 2%, Bajaj Finserv is up around 1.3%, Shriram Finance is up around 4%. So both financial services and banking sectors, जिसका significant weightage है, मतलब in terms of percentage terms almost सबसे highest weightage है banking और financial services का, जो एक काफी strong support दे रहा है market को. IT is also showing some kind of stabilization at the lower levels. TCS is up 2%. HCL is up around 1.6%. Eternal, and if you look at the new age companies, Nykaa, Zomato, both these companies are doing well in the new age space. Oil and gas is relatively quite no movement in Reliance today. Auto sector is also showing some signs of weakness at the higher levels. Maruti is up 1.5%, whereas the other auto counters are seeing some kind of profit booking. Metal also is seeing some profit booking today. अगर आप देखोगे JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, overall trend अभी भी positive है, but I think some profit booking is going on in the metal space. Pharma, again, there is no traction in pharma space, barring some healthcare names, which is Fortis, अगर आप देखोगे that is up, whereas the other pharma stocks एक strong chart structure दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. The defense stocks are also seeing some profit booking. अगर हम BL देखेंगे तो BL में profit booking नजर आ रहा है. But if you look at Apollo Hospitals, Max Health, Fortis Healthcare, all these healthcare names are kind of doing well today. So all in all, majorly if market ko support hai, because there is a good support for Nifty from the banking and the financial services space here. Now talking about the key sectors to watch and the key stocks that are in focus. अगर हम daily chart की बात करें, just a second. Okay, so if I look at the daily chart, the first sector that I want to talk about is the private banks. Okay, Murthy ji saying no audio. Is my audio fine? Are you all able to hear me? If you all can let me know in the chat box. बिल्कुल ही सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है, या सुनाई दे रहा है, या पहले जैसे क्रैक हो रहा है. Do let me know in the chat box, guys, if I'm audible. Audio is fine. Okay, maybe there is some cracks here and there. I think Murthy ji ka hai no audio. Okay, the first sector that I want to talk about is private banks. So अगर हम private banks by Nifty का ratio chart देखें, so we can clearly see that private bank is outperforming Nifty. It is also above all its key moving averages. RSI भी 60 के ऊपर है. MACD line is above the signal line, as well as the zero line here. The DI plus is also above DI minus. So all these indicators are positive, and private banks is significantly outperforming Nifty. But couple of names, one is Kotak Bank. अगर हम Kotak Bank, अगर आपको याद है हम ये gap के बारे में discuss कर रहे थे, so Kotak Bank has kind of filled off the gap here. That's a multi-day gap fill setup, and looks like Kotak Bank is likely to move up higher. So if it's able to sustain about 2,120, chances are that Kotak Bank can move towards 2,180, followed by 2,230 levels in the short term, with around 2,120 acting as a strong support for Kotak Bank. Apart from that, one other name from private bank space is CUB. तो अगर हम सिटी यूनियन बैंक देखें तो सिटी यूनियन बैंक ऑलमोस्ट 215 to 205 ये जोन में ही घूम रहा था काफी टाइम से, and today it has given a fresh breakout. The ADX is rising, MACD is above signal line, it is above the zero line, RSI is also above 60, it is trading above all its key moving averages. So around 210, 214 is where the support is placed for City Union Bank. So any move from the current levels can take the price higher towards 225, followed by 230 levels in the short term. So Kotak Bank and City Union Bank from the private banking space is something that you can keep in your radar. Apart from that, like I said, even financial services space are relatively outperforming Nifty. तो अगर हम देखेंगे, अगर ratio line is rising, that indicates that financial services are also outperforming. All those financial services names, starting with Bajaj Finance. Bajaj Finance अगर हम देखें 20-day EMA को तोड़ के नीचे गया था, but then it closed above the 20-day EMA. And today we are seeing a strong follow through move. So it has held on to its 20-day EMA, which is a positive side. So आपका short term trend जो है वो positive है. RSI is above 60. So so this level of 980, 985 will act as a strong support for Bajaj Finance. And I think Bajaj Finance can move towards 1,030, 1,040 levels in the short term. Apart from that, even Shriram Finance, agar hum dekhoge, there is a strong follow through buying in Shriram Finance as well. The volumes have kind of picked up since the last 3 days. The RSI is in a rising mode. It has touched the 70 mark. The DI plus is comfortably placed above the DI minus. All the moving averages line are kind of almost a cluster ban gaya yahan pe 20, 50, 100 and 200 day EMAs ka, and that is also kind of pointing upwards here. So the level of 640, 645 will act as a strong support for Shriram Finance, and chances are that Shriram Finance can move towards its previous major high, which is placed around 715. So there is a strong resistance at around the 715 levels for Shriram Finance. Apart from that, even Muthoot Finance अगर आप देखोगे तो काफी strong uptrend में Muthoot Finance. Even जब financial services space underperform कर रहा था, अगर आपको याद है PSU में जब PSU underperform कर रहा था, Indian Bank was one stock that was holding strongly. Similarly, अगर मैं financial services की बात करूं, जब financial services भी underperform कर रहा था, one stock that was holding its fort was Muthoot Finance. So Muthoot Finance अगर आप देखोगे एक higher low formation से move होते हुए नजर आ रहा है. It is trading well above its 20-day and 50-day EMAs here. RSI is also positive. ADX भी rising mode में है. अगर आप MACD signal line भी देखोगे, that is also in a rising mode. So chances are that Muthoot Finance, considering the fact that अभी sector भी move होना start हो गया है, so this stock can likely outperform going forward. So around 3,080, 3,085 is a strong support for the stock. So any move above the current levels can lead to price moving up higher. So if you look at Bajaj Finance, Shriram Finance, Muthoot Finance, all these financial services companies are doing relatively well. Apart from that, one stock from the healthcare space, that is Fortis Healthcare. अगर हम Fortis Healthcare देखें तो Fortis Healthcare भी काफी strong uptrend में है. यहाँ पे 20-day EMA के नीचे आ गया था, but then immediately it closed above its 20-day EMA, जो कि short term trend है वो intact रहा यहाँ पे. And we can also see there is a steady uptick in the volumes as well in Fortis. And DI plus has crossed over DI minus and it is moving up. RSI is also moving up. MACD has given a fresh crossover. MACD has crossed over the signal line here. So I feel the support is placed around 970, 975. So any sustained move above the current levels is likely to be positive for Fortis Healthcare as well. And the last stock that I want to discuss today is Narayana Rudralaya, which is known by the symbol name NH. So Narayana Rudralaya, again, it was moving in a narrow range. So there is a descending triangle-like pattern that we are seeing on the daily chart. NH, it held on to its 200-day EMA. That is also where the previous support was placed, somewhere in the region of 1,700. and it has also given a downward sloping trend line breakout today. It is right now at 1830. The stock holding on to its 200-day EMA and giving a downward sloping trend line breakout today is a positive sign. RSI is also inching towards the 60 mark. There is a crossover in ADX as well. So DI plus has crossed over DI minus, and there is a crossover in MACD as well. So all in all, these signs are positive. So around 1740, 1713, 1740 is likely to act as a strong support. So any follow through buying can lead to Narayana Rudralaya moving higher from the current levels here. So that was all about today's mid market session. I hope it was informative. And now let us start off with our question and answer. So if you have any questions, any queries, do let me know in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them. Yes, RDG saying you mentioned Axis and Kotak. Yeah, even HDFC Bank is positive. It's good. अगर हम HDFC Bank का भी chart देखें, HDFC Bank was strong enough to not break its 200-day EMA. It was kind of consolidating since last 3 days. But today it has given a breakout above all its cluster of moving averages. If you see 20, 100 and 50-day EMA, that is a positive side. So relatively Axis and Kotak were relatively outperforming better than HDFC, but even HDFC, the chart structure is positive. The RSI is also moved up, and also I feel there is a downward sloping trendline breakout as well. So it's positive. So as long as, so 960, 955, 960 is where the support is placed for HDFC. I think any move from the current levels is likely to be positive. See, I think overall for Nifty to do well, it's very important that your banking and financial services names do well. अभी तक ऐसा लग रहा था कि मार्केट्स में जान ही नहीं है, बट जैसे आपका बैंकिंग नेम्स फायर करना स्टार्ट कर दिया, अब ऐसे लग रहा है कि हाँ मार्केट्स में एक नया जान आ गया है. So HDFC, Kotak, CUB, all your private banks are doing well. Federal Bank. So if you see where all the other private names are doing well, Federal relatively it's underperforming. So agar hum dekhenge, around 188 is where a strong support is placed. So if you're holding Federal, maybe you can hold until 188, 189. If it breaks below 188, 189, then you can square it off and move to other names in private space. But it still trades below its 200-day, 50-day and 100-day year, whereas the other private names are trading above all its key moving averages. So on a relative basis, if you see Federal Bank is slightly underperforming, but maybe 188, 189 is where you can, hold your position with a support of around this zone. If it breaks, then it's better to exit. Bijay ji is asking for Tata Steel. See, the overall metal space is doing well. आज थोड़ा सा profit booking हमें नजर आ रहा है metal space में, but that doesn't change the fact that the trend has reversed. Wait for some follow through buying. थोड़ा सा wait for Tata Steel to move above 175. Because हम 2 बार देखेंगे 175 के ऊपर close नहीं दिया है, but once you get a strong breakout above 175, then chances are that even Tata Steel can do well. So 175 अगर ऊपर जाता है, maybe you can consider with around 165 acting as an SL or a support for the stock. If you look at NTPC, so NTPC had given a good breakout here, but unfortunately वो breakout sustain नहीं कर पाया. एक अच्छा खासा downward sloping trendline breakout मिला था, but then the breakout kind of failed here. And right now, if you see from the last 4 to 5 days, it has been consolidating in a range here. So I think once we get a strong breakout about 345, 350, maybe this high of 350, I think we can expect NTPC to move up higher again. But until then, it's better to avoid. Shankarji, yeah, even I am facing issues. Even trading tech is not working at my end. Maybe you can try and look at Nifty Trader, Shankarji. I think Nifty Trader is one option. You can just log in with your Google account, and maybe Nifty OI Trader is where you can look for the OI level. So even I am facing difficulty because trading tech is not working. Sumanji, OFSS avoid करना because the overall IT में भले ही डाउन ट्रेंड से एक पुल बैक आया है, बट स्टिल एक ट्रेंड रिवर्सल बोल नहीं सकते. बिकॉज ये जस्ट अभी 200 डे ईएमए के ऊपर गया है, मे बी अराउंड, अगर आपके पास ऑलरेडी होल्डिंग है तो आप 8650 के आसपास एसएल रख के आप होल्ड कर सकते हो, बट आई वुडंट रिकमेंड अ फ्रेश एंट्री एट दिस लेवल. Can Nifty break 25,000? Yeah, it's almost near 25,000. It can move. So this was a strong zone. Like I said, 20,030, 20,040. I think Nifty can move towards 25,100 levels. Chandrasekhar ji, I can't give a view on Yes Bank because so conflict of interest ho jayega. So I am bounded by compliance to not give a view on Yes Bank or any of the SBI related entities. Angel, again, Angel One, I can't give a view because they are a direct competitor with us. So again, competition में भी मैं view नहीं दे सकता हूँ. Avantel is what you are asking about. Avantel, if you see, Avantel is good. So around, you can continue to hold with a support of around 170. The indicators are also positive. Trend is positive. I think 170 is where you can keep your SL. For which stock are you talking about, RTG? फ्रेश एंट्री इन बीएससी से. बीएससी अभी वो 200 डे ईएमए के नीचे मंडरा रहा था. अभी आप 5-6 दिन से देखोगे, आज थोड़ा सा एक स्ट्रॉन्ग फॉलो थ्रू बाइक मिला. लेट्स वेट फॉर वन मोर डे इन बीएससी. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आज तो 200 डे ईएमए होल्ड कर गया, कल से वो फिर से नीचे आ गया हो. बट अगर ये आज एक दिन रुक जाना, अगर आज का हाई कल ब्रेक करता है, देन मे बी यू कैन एंटर, मे बी यू कैन लुक टू एंटर with around 2050, 2100 acting as a strong support for it. Paytm is good. So Paytm again, the previous resistance is now acting as a support. So Paytm around 1100, 1120 can act as a good support for the stock here. So Paytm is good. Delivery थोड़ा सा अवॉइड करना बिकॉज ये काफी प्रॉफिट बुकिंग के बाद अब थोड़ा सा ही बाइंग आया. स्टिल बिलो इट्स 20 डे ईएमए. So wait till it crosses 455, 460. Until then, it's better to avoid. Yeah, RDG, HDFC Bank. I think the immediate resistance is at 980. Once 980 gets taken out, I think it can move towards its previous high. 1010, 1020 is the levels. Yeah, 1020. Yes, it can move towards its previous higher. Shuffler India, Rajan ji, Shuffler India वेट करना. ये प्रीवियस हाई है 4350, 4360 का. तो जब तक ये हाई ब्रेक नहीं होता है, इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड. वेट फॉर अ ब्रेकआउट अबाउट दिस लेवल, मे बी देन यू कैन कंसिडर अगेन. अमोद जी, आई स्पोक अबाउट बीएससी. हीरो मोटोकॉर्प सी ओवरऑल ऑटो स्पेस पॉजिटिव है. आई थिंक वेट फॉर अ क्लोजिंग. अगर आपको आज एक स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लोज मिलता है, लेट्स से अबाउट दिस हाई 5580, अगर आपको 590, 5600 के जोन में, आई थिंक हीरो मोटोकॉर्प लुक्स गुड विथ अराउंड 5350, 5400 acting as a good support. Siemens is also good. I think ये narrow range breakout भी है यहाँ पे. The trend has kind of turned positive here. 4 दिन कंसोलिडेट कर रहा था और आज ये 20 डे ईएमए के ऊपर है. आई थिंक Siemens is good. I think 3150 is where the support is placed. Manohar ji is asking Hind Copper भी अच्छा है. The overall metal space is doing well. 327 है, right? You can book some profits considering the fact that it has already run up a lot. Maybe around, and you can trail the remaining to around 311, 315. आपका remaining positions आप ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस आप यूज कर सकते हो हिंद कॉपर में. आईटी इज वेरी ट्रिकी. 2 बार ऐसे लगा हमें कि आईटी में एक अच्छा बाउंस बैक आ सकता है. इनफैक्ट अच्छा ट्रेंड में पकड़ा था आईटी ने, बट दैट H1B वीजा जो न्यूज आ गया था, दैट काइंड ऑफ डैम्पेड द ओवरऑल सेंटिमेंट. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Right now, the IT will start with its results. So, देखना पड़ेगा how the Q2 has been for IT. I'm not expecting a great quarter because even Accenture, the guidance was kind of subdued. Usually, IT companies follows the guidance that is set by Accenture. So, more or less, I'm not expecting any great surprises in the IT counter. Despite the bounce, it still trades below its key moving averages. राकेश जी, too early to call it as a reversal. यहाँ पे भी हमें ऐसे ही लगा था कि ये रिवर्स होगा, यहाँ पे भी लगा था, but unfortunately वो sustain nahi kar paya on the higher level. So all the IT counters, not only TCS, almost all the IT counters looks like a dead cat bounce only. Yeah, Samman Capital, there is profit booking. The overall trend is still positive. It's just that it has kind of run up a lot. Maybe around 145 is where you can keep your SL. If it goes below 145, wait until 145, wait for some reversal signs. Agar reversal nahi aata hai, then it's better to exit, or you can book some partial positions and trail the remaining to 145, so that at least you will come out with some profit here. Sudhakar ji is saying, apart from existing reforms, government should venture some more structural reforms to sustain GDP. What is great view? And private capex has to increase. See, the government has done a bit. I'm not saying government has not done anything here. So I'm not biased towards any government here. Whether be it the income tax cut in the union budget, or whether it's the GST rate cut, the government is trying every bit, and even with the RBI going for dual rate cuts here. So RBI government, there have been some good news. Fundamentally, there is nothing wrong with our markets. Is what I feel. The valuations were kind of stretched for the last 1 year or so. I feel the valuations are also in a sweet spot. I think all these positive news that came in the last 1 year has kind of offset by all the negative global cues. That is the tariff, the 25% tariffs, and then later the 50%. Then there was some issues with the oil sanctions. So we buying oil from Russia is usually a good sign because it helps our keep our economy in control. But US asking us not to buy oil from Russia, but to buy oil from some other countries. Again, oil being an oil importing nation, I think that is one issue that is moving around our heads. Then IT was all set to go up, but then this H1B visa issue again coming up, plus all the geopolitical tensions that is going around with our neighbors. The dollar moving until 88, 89. So despite the fact that DIs have been supporting our markets, even the retail has been supporting our markets here. But let's admit the fact that for our markets to sustain, we need FIIs. Unless and until FIIs don't participate, we've seen the markets clearly lack momentum. That FII participation is very important, and FIIs the last 3-4 months, if you see, FIIs have not participated at all. I mean, they have been like relentlessly selling in the cash markets. So at one front where the domestic developments are doing well, at the same time these global uncertainties, जो global news hai, uske uncertainty ke karan is the reason why the last 1 year the markets have underperformed. If not for these tariffs and the oil sanctions and all these news that we see, even if the dollar would have been at 85, 86, I feel FIIs wouldn't have taken money out from our markets. And if you see last 2 years, if you see 22, 23, our markets were at the all-time highs where the other global markets were underperforming. So even if you see from an FII perspective, even they will go to those markets where they can make money, right? They made good money in the last 2 years in our markets. So they took out some money from our markets. And now if you see, all the other Asian markets are doing well. Whereas it's KOSPI, whether it's Shanghai, whether it's Nikkei, all the other Asian markets are doing well. In a post, Trump's election as the president, some money is moving to the US markets also. And with also the dollar at elevated levels, it makes sense for the FIs, because when dollar appreciates, it's better for them to invest in US rather than investing in India. Right, and some money has gone to the European markets as well. So if you see DAX, London, France, they have been relatively doing well. So I feel it's just time-wise correction is what we are seeing in Indian markets. So at the same time, we are seeing that the metals are going up. So gold, silver, a lot of people are accumulating these metals also. But see, structurally, I don't see there is anything wrong. The GDP growth is, kind of at par. The inflation is also under control. Luckily, the inflation, we are doing much better than the inflation that is there in other countries. Chances are that RBI might go for another round of rate cuts going forward. So our government is, trying to do their bit. But unless and until, there's global uncertainty remains, chances are that, you know, the movement can be tricky. But if you see from the all-time highs, we still haven't corrected 10%. Despite not having corrected 10%, we are still relatively holding stock. But it's just that once the FIIs come back, chances are that then hopefully the markets can do well from there. Okay, so I guess that's all from today's session. And one important announcement: we are meeting again at 2:30, guys. In another 1.5 hours. So we'll just quickly have lunch and we'll meet again at 2:30. So 2:30 to 3 again. So I'm doing a webinar on the new feature that is available on the SBI Securities app. That is the strategy builder. So I'll be walking you through the strategy builder on our app. So that is happening today itself. I'll be doing the session. And that is happening on SBI Securities YouTube channel from 2:30 to 3, guys. So I'll just meet you in another 1.5 hour. Until then, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Looking forward to your presence there as well. Bye, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, guys. Stay safe.